welcome to the Sodcast. I am Wendy Sod, your host. If you are just joining for the first time, welcome, and please hit that subscribe button for me. Really helps out the channel. So let's get right into today's case. We are going to be talking about the dumpster rat, Casey Anthony. She just, she grinds my gears. I mean, to the deepest point of my core. This woman. So she's back in headlines again, and she's doing all these documentaries and stuff on Peacock and Oxygen and whatever else she can get her stupid face on. And she's got a whole new story, you guys. Let's back up a little bit to back in 2008, I believe. She was acquitted for murdering her daughter, and she was charged with lying to the police and ended up with 4 years in prison, which after time served, I think she only ended up doing a year. When she was released from prison, she totally went off the radar and trying to stay hidden, basically, and she ended up moving in with one of the lead investigators on the case, which I find so fucking weird. She just comes off as complete trash to me, and I don't even care if I hurt feelings of people. If she has any supporters out there, you're not going to convince me that she didn't kill this baby. So let's talk a little bit about her new claims. So now she is claiming a whole new story. And she is saying that, if you guys remember during the trial, it was like bombshell. Her dad was molesting her, and her dad is the one that found the baby drowned in the pool, and all this whole big random story came out. And that her dad helped cover up the hiding of Kaylee's body to help her daughter, his daughter. And that was a story back then. Apparently some jurors fell for it because, she was acquitted. Now, this new story she is telling is that her and Kaylee went to lay down for a nap that day at her parents' house. And when she was in there sleeping, her dad came in and shook her awake and said, "Where's Kaylee? Where's Kaylee?" And she thought it was strange because any other time when her and Kaylee were napping together, Kaylee would never get up out of the bed or leave the bedroom without waking up Casey first. And so she thought it was strange that Casey wasn't in the room. And so she says she immediately got up, started searching the house, and her dad ran outside, and Casey followed. And when she followed her dad outside, her dad is standing there holding soaking wet Kaylee, and saying that she had drowned in the pool, right? Casey brings up that there was no ladder to the pool. She didn't see the ladder there, so there was no way that Casey could have gotten into the pool on her own. She says that then after that, they were both panicking, and her dad says to her, "It's going to be okay. I'll take care of this." And Casey says that her dad whisked away with Kaylee, and that was the end of it. She said that her dad, over the next 31 days, kept telling her, "She's okay, she's okay." She said, "So I thought that she was still alive somewhere." And then after the time went by, and that's when she said she called police and said that her daughter was missing. And she says that she doesn't know what her dad did with Casey after that point, or Kaylee, I'm sorry, and that this was all her dad's doing, and she believes that her dad did something else to little Kaylee and killed her. and then used the drowning in the pool to cover that up. She's insinuating that he had molested her in some way, because that is what she had done to, or he had done to her whole life, per her claims. And that, you know, she said at times she believes that he, when she was a child, that he rendered her unconscious, or by smothering her with a pillow, and, you know, God only knows what happened when her body was lifeless and all this stuff. She's making all of these just insane accusations, you guys. And, you know, then they bring up about Casey's dad attempting suicide, you know, after all of this, and she says it was because of his guilt from what he had done to little Kaylee, and that's why he tried to kill himself. And he totally denies all this. He says that, you know, he just couldn't live with everything that was going on. He wanted to go be with Kaylee. And, you know, it's so fucking disgusting to me that all of a sudden, you know, back then during the trial, comparing the story they told then and the one that she's coming up with now, what was to stop her back then from going the full mile and telling this whole version of the story back then, if that's what really happened? Why did she stop short during the trial? Because she obviously didn't give a shit about her dad's, you know, feelings, or his reaction to any of this. So I don't know where all this is coming from, but I don't think for 1 second that anybody's buying it, other than this lead investigator that she's been fucking all these years. Who knows? And Baez, you know, her lawyer, he's always been a huge supporter because she's blowing him. I mean, I don't know. She's just a complete dirtbag. And I don't know what she's trying to accomplish by bringing all this out now, if she's trying to redeem her name so she can have, you know, a normal, somewhat of a normal life. Let's not let her have that, you guys. She doesn't deserve it. I don't care if she was found guilty or acquitted in the court of law. She's guilty as sin. And that is plain as day. That's been proven. And, you know, to hear some of these jurors speak out today, majority of those jurors regret the decision they made. And they'll tell you that. I've seen many interviews where, you know, they just regret the decision they made. And I don't know, I would have really hated to been on that jury, because, oh, Lord have mercy, I just couldn't have kept my cool. I don't know. I don't know, you know, what her intentions are. I'm so very curious to see these episodes that are getting ready to air, this documentary on Peacock. I believe it airs on November 29th. I scrubbed around and found as much of the information from these episodes that are coming up that I could find. But I'm curious to see the whole story, because she's just a really piece of work. I mean, she infuriates me. So keep your eyes open for that, you guys, and I will update you guys as I know anything. And I might, after the documentary airs, I might come back on and just, you know, do a little video on it, and we can talk about it, and I want to hear some comments. So that is all I have for that. Keep your eyes open for that, you guys, and I will see you on my next video.